So the second one is when you invest in emerging technology, you often invite in, lots of different people who are in that space to pitch with the intention of investing in one of them. So this is sort of an education process for you. And when you're doing this, do you try to get the founders to divulge as much proprietary information as possible and share it with the company you end up investing in? So do you say, oh, this is a great way for me to get some good intelligence about competitors? Do you tell them when they come in that you're meeting with their competitors as well and let them decide to limit what they tell you? Or do you not say anything? They should understand that VCs meet with lots of companies in the same space and that they should be very careful about what they say. So do you essentially get them to divulge a lot? Do you tell them you're meeting, or do you keep your mouth shut? Okay, well, Annie, while they're figuring out, oh, look, here's the poll is popping up. The poll says, okay, so 4%, only 4% say try to get them to divulge as much information. So we've got a very ethical audience here, okay? 52%, so it's split between the other two. 52% say tell them you're meeting with competitors and let them decide what to say. And another half of them say don't tell them anything, they should understand. So what do you think?
Okay, so my answer to this is also 2. And the reason is fundamentally this is also about trust and relationship building at its core. It is completely reasonable for a founder to say, I don't feel comfortable answering that question, or after we spend more time together, then I'd be happy to share that data, or I will tell you this in confidence, but please don't share it outside of this room. Those are all totally reasonable responses to a question that I might ask about your user data or your product roadmap or any other number of things that you would view as highly proprietary to your business. That said, in order for someone to make an investment, you're going to need to share all of that information at some point. It doesn't have to be in the first 5 minutes of meeting somebody on a first date, but at some point you do want to share that. The second thing I would highlight is that you actually really want an investor that is actively meeting your competitors, because that demonstrates that they have genuine interest in the category that you're building or perhaps the problem that you're trying to solve. And so on the margin, this is actually, I think, a really good sign if you have an investor say something like this to you of, oh yeah, we're interested in your company. We've also met X, Y, or Z. How do you compare the business or the strategy that you have to those? And the last thing I'll say as an investor, I'm actually quite interested in that answer because it not only tells me how they view the market shaking out, but it also tells me what they believe their relative strengths are to the other competitors in the space.